Hey, we are in the lift.
And NUS going to Tembusu College. Let's go!
Okay.
So, okay, just for reference, my name is Ayushi. I'm going to be moderating this session. So, I think a lot of people get your business confused for like a thrift store. So, do you want to tell us a little bit about like what differentiates you from a thrift store versus what like specialty vintage kind of means and what that business entails?
I think especially with local audience in Singapore, they always get confused with three different terms. So number one is thrift, secondhand, and vintage. They always think it's like the one and the same thing, especially thrift and vintage. But they all have their distinct definitions. And I feel like it's a bit of a Venn diagram. Sometimes they overlap, but they cannot replace each other. So if we go through it really quickly, thrift, okay, let's talk about secondhand first. Anything that's been used before, is secondhand. I buy something today, and I use it today, tomorrow it's secondhand, you know what I mean? So that can apply to clothing that you bought maybe from H&M yesterday, or it could be clothes that you had from like 20 years ago, so maybe that could be considered vintage as well. So that's secondhand. Now thrift, right? Thrift, as the word suggests, it's being offered by price. It should be accessible. Usually at thrift stores, you can find not only clothing, there's also like appliances. You can find a microwave over there, you can find clothes, you can find maybe like a wedding dress over there. So it's more denoted by price, usually very accessible to the public. So that's thrift. And then vintage is a term used by businesses to sort of define what kind of vintage clothing that they specialize in. So for us at Look Guns, we do 80s to 2000s pop culture related vintage. Many times you'll find it in the form of movie t-shirts, music t-shirts, band t-shirts, company t-shirts, like those Apple tees and stuff like that. Anything that's contributed to pop culture. And then there will be other stores as well who do vintage, but their vintage is very different from our kind of vintage. Maybe they do only like military style clothing, or they only do like 70s Western shirts, like that is their specialty. But that is vintage as well, but that's not the kind of vintage that we do. So vintage is used by businesses to sort of define what kind of vintage that they focus on. So those are three very different terms. So one thing we like to tell people is that you can thrift. You can find vintage items at the thrift store, but not everything that you thrift is vintage. So say for example, if I found like a pair of, I don't know, like maybe I found a Scooby-Doo H&M pop from from the thrift store, but is that really vintage if it was just made like 1 or 2 years ago? It's not, so that's something that we always share with customers.
I think also like within like the vintage space also, just to add on like what you say, like I think usually vintage denotes like anything like 20 years and like older, right? That's I think the general rule of thumb. But I think when we look at it in like the local context, I think over the course of this 4 or 5 years, many of the times, especially I think more recently also, like in the past 2 years, people coming into the scene, thinking that, oh, okay, if I find something like say faded black color like Nike shirt, or like this windbreaker, or whatnot, and it's like, okay, that's like vintage, right? But a lot of times I'd say many of the people who just came into the scene, they may not have as much, I guess, like exposure or like knowledge behind like, okay, what's like the history, like what defines vintage, and they use it as a buzzword, which leads to I mean the consumer at large. I feel like it's not your duty, right, to know beforehand, stepping into a store like, okay, shit, like I go in, okay, this is vintage, this is like that kind of stuff. That's why I think now people like kind of like confuse it together, like thrift is vintage, thrift, and whatnot. So the onus is on us, people who are doing such businesses or have such stores, pushing such culture, to be able to share like this information. So
And I think why this question is important and why we are so hung up about being able to answer it. It's because we know very for sure what it is that we sell at Lookups. And I feel like, across anything that you do, you have to be very sure about what you do, so that when you explain it to other people, they don't misunderstand what it is that you do. And some people might feel like, oh my god, the people at Lookups, they only talk about vintage. They're so like they're vintage kids. They're like, they don't see anything else. That's not true. I think for us, what I want to do is call an apple an apple. You don't get oranges and then people, but this is an apple. So I'm selling trying to sell this to you.
Right.
So I think being very sure about what it is that you do, I think that's the
It's the right thing to do by and if you really like the culture and kind of bring the right information to people. I think for a start you have to.
Right.
know what
It
she
just sounds like you guys are like real passionate.
Super passionate. Like even if you don't buy it, like, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's just that I feel like we want to get like across the message. So.
See, it's very telling. So I don't know if you guys have checked out their Instagram page, but on the bio it says Wearable Stories. So I thought I just pushed you a bit on like what you meant by Wearable Stories and what, I guess, how you find out. I'm assuming it's in reference to like the history of the piece that you're selling, right? So how do you do your research? And I guess what does the term Wearable Stories mean to you?
Right. I think also like I think with on that point is like we've been in the scene for probably like I think the 2 years, around that 12-13 years, right? So for us, like our love is like in pop culture, like movies, music, all sorts, right? And that's where we get all like our knowledge and references, like from things we've seen, things we've got exposed to. And then when we chanced upon, vintage in our pre-20s, right? Pre-20s, I feel like it opened up, like, shit, you get to wear sort of like a piece of like history on you, like have it like physical manifestation. I feel like it's sick, right? But then I think, because okay, a little bit of like backstory, like back then, Avi and I, when we were back in poly, right, we were like super into like streetwear, right? She was great. Like 2009, 2010 was like the golden age. But then back then, like we went on YouTube. Last time social media wasn't like super crazy. Like no TikTok, no Instagram. Instagram only happened when we left poly, which is quite nuts. So we were on YouTube a lot, watching people unbox like streetwear hauls and stuff like that. And then at the side of like the video, we have like those related videos where we saw this bunch of American dudes, sharing their interest and passion about vintage snack bags. So I mean, we clicked into it and we saw those videos and like, it's just like hell, like nice, But these dudes, right, they just went in, like they tell you like, okay, where was this made? Why was it so significant? The stitching, the tags, the year, how you restore the hats. And I think that was what got us like, oh snap, like we knew like okay, pieces, physical items have like history and stuff, but this was just like next level, and then we channeled that. Dude, last time we went to Salvation Army, the Salvation Army was so unpicked last time. Especially the one the one near all the bridge area, right? You should go too. We found a Balenciaga like suits at like top and bottom for like $40. That was like 2010. Like Nike windbreakers just sitting there, and Kanye West merch like back in good times, merch sitting down there, But yeah, and I think that was where like we found a Jurassic Park hat. It was so smashed up and it was just like the brim, right? We went to NTC, we bought statues, the cardboard, boot spray, and we saw it. Exactly, and you don't know like this store at Far East Plaza called Zahotin, right? Zahotin at the corner store, literally, right? I remember this was when we were still students, like we restored the Jurassic Park hat, I wore it into the store, and then the dude was like, bro, where do you get the hat? I was like, yo, Salvation Army, man, yo, 20 cents, bro. I was like, yeah, so stuff like that, and yeah, that was really how we got into it. And then when we went on the trip to Japan, right? Dude, like the scene there was just like, and obviously the store, like the stuff, they really go all out to like share like the stories, like like language is like I mean, okay, like maybe they don't speak super good English and we don't speak super good Japanese, so like language is a bit of like a barrier. But passion is like undeniable, like you can sense like, they're really trying to convey to you like what this means and where this is from. And just offhandedly, I just go, I feel like next time if we do ever like have a store, this is what we want to do, be able to share like, the stories behind it. And yeah, and then along the way, I think like over the course of this like past like 10, 12, 13 years, it's like we come across so many different like pieces, that that relates to like our childhood, like sports and everything. And yeah, and this whole time we see so many different kinds of like vintage, and then and that's why sometimes when we see certain pieces right now, it's like, oh okay, shit, like this was a series from this, and this is what like you learn about tax, you learn about the licensing and stuff like that. I think Google is a big help, back then also as well. So and of course people in the scene also like, hey bro, this one, how do you tell is this like legit? And then from there, pick it up. So.
That pretty nicely segues into my next question, which is literally like, how do you verify the authenticity of vintage goods? Because I don't know if you've seen this, but I saw this TikTok on my For You page. You guys know about Frank's Warehouse, right? Frank's Warehouse, it's I think they're called a thrift store. Now I'm very aware of the difference between vintage and thrift, and I use the term carefully, but I think they're a thrift store. And they were apparently found selling stuff off of Taobao and passing it off as selling vintage. So yeah, I think it was like a pair of shorts or something, or Adidas, I don't know. So yeah, how do you verify the authenticity of a vintage good? And then off of that, you seem very knowledgeable about like your vintage pieces. So how do you find this information out from literally just looking at a piece of clothing?
So I think
This is a Singaporean one.
Frank's Warehouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You guys have
I think we saw a TikTok, but we got a different name.
It was like an exclusive. It's like a. And then the original, the shop replied to it. Is it? I didn't see that.
No, then maybe that's the first one. Is it like they expose the other store? I don't know. We only saw
They
one.
exposed like one of the shops exposed another shop.
Oh, is it? Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, saying about this one, this one.
It was like they showed a number on this thing.
Oh.
Is it Carhartt? It was like Carhartt. Oh, I
Oh, that one I think we saw. I think we saw, but yeah, maybe I'm not sure.
To be fair, it's not surprising that now Taobao and your Shopee or whatever are selling Carhartt vintage. Because that's what they always do every time we fashion comes out. Just pretty shitty about it looks good. It's not cheap.
I think at least for vintage, right? Like, especially when it comes to like fake vintage, it's a thing that only happened probably like the past maybe like 2-3 years. Where I guess the vintage always happens. There's like a demand, there's obviously supplies, right? Like countries like around Southeast Asia, like Thailand, Malaysia, Vietnam, right? They started like producing a lot of like these. Like they even make the tags down to like the exact like to the soul, like tough tell, right? But I think for us it's like if you can have because sometimes like people do legit checks on like they send us the hey cool, can we check this out? I got this on carousel, like blah blah blah, right? A lot of times you tell them that you bring it down because I think physically you can feel it. A lot of times when it comes to like the print itself, the technique that they use is like called silk screen, right? So like the silk screen, there's like a difference when it comes to like the real deal and like the quality that they put in as compared to like the cheap knockoff, right? I think the print itself, the physical one where you can touch is great. It's like the easiest factor to like kind of tell, but the tags now they're getting better and better. So yeah, that one I think our rule of thumb at least when it comes to, because we do buy sell trade as well, so customers can bring their products in to look down. If they have an offer that they want to sell us, we work something out, they can take cash or store credit, right? But if like any of us, working that day, if we feel like iffy, like okay, this is a bit like off, even I mean sometimes we don't like go out like to see like okay like it's fake or whatnot, but like we just tell them maybe you want to like keep it or like check it out and all this one. But then we won't take it lah. So at least as long even though okay sometimes you can say wow this guy brought in like a super like rare tea, but as long as we feel like it's a little off, we just like so. But a lot of times I think we take pictures. We compare, sometimes we ask our friends overseas as well, just to, and I think within the vintage space, like worldwide, there will always be that few pieces like, okay guys, like this period of time, people are like, knocking off like say Marvel tees, like blue tape, stuff like that. So everyone will be on like, high alert, okay, check this out. But I feel like when it comes to like Taobao, right, it's like, I feel like Taobao gets a bad rap, but shout out to Taobao one time. I think like Taobao is like really just like the marketplace, right? Like they have OG, like they have original like China brands, like creating stuff and putting it on because people buy from there, right? But of course, yeah, you're right. It's always like hit with all these like knockoffs and stuff like that. So the thing is, the price is too good to be true. Most of the time, it's too good to be true. Yeah, it's probably like, yeah. So, yeah, boom. But it's always best to have the physical product.
If you guys want to know more about this, we've actually got an episode on their Instagram.
Oh, yes.
It's called Serving You Loops.
Oh, thanks, man.
We discuss this in detail. So you can learn a bit more about how you can verify the authenticity.
They did that like 3 years ago.
3 years ago.
Was it?
Yeah, it was the start of 2020.
Yeah.
Was it? Yeah, we filmed it end of 2019. It's like a 38-minute long video, right? It's kind of dry, like it really feels like a lecture, but we try to make it fun, like, you know?
Try to crack jokes.
Yeah, crack
enemies,
jokes. Correct.
Sorry.
Yeah, you know, but we really go deep, like we go into the text, the stitching, everything, like what you want to know, the history of t-shirts, stuff like that. You know, so it'll be a fun watch. Like you can see, like, wow, we look even younger. But yeah.
Okay, I feel like I've pushed you guys quite a bit on your business, and I think it would be nice to know a bit more about your personal styles. So, what did it used to be, and what did it evolve into, and how did you find your styles changing, say, during college when you first got into fashion to like now?
Wow, so I feel like we do get this question currently, you know, like people, especially a lot of younger customers, they come up to us like, hey, I was like, how do I find my own personal style? And I feel like I don't know what I'm about. I feel like I don't know how to dress. To me, I always feel like no one person has a definitive style. I feel like it's always changing also. You know, nobody came out of their mom looking like NUS. That's all I have to say. Like, you know, you have different phases in your life that reflects what it is that you like at that point in time. So maybe when I was younger, when I was in poly, right, a lot of the people that I looked up to was like Alexa Chung and stuff like that. Then you would naturally want to emulate that style. And from doing that, it's always natural for you to start, like, you know, you sort of freestyle from there, and then you start adding in your own things. So to me, I feel like you cannot really say like you know just a certain way and say, oh, this is my style. I feel like everything is you take inspiration from a lot of different things, and it's okay to do that. I feel like a lot of people, especially a lot of younger customers, they feel like if they look a bit like something else or look a bit like a celebrity, it's like, oh my god, he's trying to copy that. But that's okay, really, it's really okay.
Yeah, it's not comfortable, man.
Yeah,
Just
that's
do it.
really how you discover what works for you and what doesn't. Because style is beyond what looks good. It's about how it complements your body shape, you know, your facial shape and stuff like that. It's really more than just like a nice blouse could look, you know, really good on someone else. But when you wear it, like, oh my god, I look like her. But it's because you're not that person, you know what I mean? So I feel like it's an evolution. It's always changing. So what was the question?
That's how you're
I think in poly I was a lot more crazy because it's fun, right? At that point of time, like you're fresh out of secondary school, don't know where you go anymore. Then poly, you just want to be your best, you know. Somehow in design school, we were from SB, Singapore Poly.
Shout out to SB Design.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Oh, every day is a fashion show, you know. I just want to feel good about myself also. So I think I was a lot more adventurous there.
Wait, design isn't your study, fashion design?
No, we did like visual communications. So like
Yeah.
advertising, graphic design, illustration.
That's what you meant. That's it.
Oh, okay, so you all be friends since like always.
Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah, so all the way. Then there's a lot of experimentation, and we were talking about like the golden age of streetwear. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but at that point of time, streetwear was like you wear like Pyrex shorts with the black tights underneath, then your high cut shorts, high cut, and then you will wear like an oversized baseball jersey, then go on Gucci, that kind of thing. Oh my god, yeah. So I mean, you look back at it now, you're like, oh my god, I can't believe I had that. But it's okay. That's you know, don't be shy. You know,
It's growth, man.
Yeah, it's growth. So, you know, I feel like I was a lot more adventurous back then. But now I feel like, maybe because of circumstances, like I feel like I don't really have a lot of time in the morning. Yeah, because of that also. Like, you just find ways to make the outfit more you. So whether it's in adding an accessory, whether it's in wearing rings, or you know, adding in a different thing here and there, I feel like for me that how it goes for me. So, yeah.
I think for myself, it's like I think what everybody said was very true. I think back in like primary school, secondary school, it's like kind of like you kind of listen to what your parents kind of have to say about your outfits. At a certain point, it's like, nah, man, like I'm gonna dress like, stuff like that. But I think really poly was like, just like, everything just like, wow, let loose and like, just do it, man. But I think back then as well, for myself, I wanted to.
You really want to talk about what you want to go to?
Dude, like during our time, right? Like, it's really okay. Like, I'm very open to like clothing styles and like you can wear whatever you want. But skinny jeans, man, on like my thighs are like chunkier. So back then in like secondary school, like everyone wore skinny jeans.
Peninsula $10.
Peninsula $10. What color you want? Black,
Paper castle,
pink.
every color of this is there, right? Yes.
Probably, yes. Correct. And then, dude, I see like some of my friends, right? I was like, oh, dude, look good, yeah. Okay, sweet. Let's go get one, man. Put them on. I look at changing room. Something's not right, yeah. It's like the thing just went like, then I was just like, I rocked it, bro. I rocked it for like 2 years straight, just like lying to myself that, But yeah. So I think that was the start, right? But I think really poly was like quite adventurous. You just put on anything that you want. You want to put a hairband on your head, stuff like that. Having different colors on my hair, But then I think as you grow older, instead of, I guess, getting what is like popular, or like people are gravitating towards this or people are gravitating towards that, buying stuff that suits your body proportion, I think proportion is like king. Like, it's like the best thing. Like, it doesn't matter you are tall or whatever, short, whatever body shape, right? And like like really, like for myself, I'm not like very tall, right? I try to make my proportions like great. I make my torso shorter, which makes my leg look longer, stuff like that. Tips. And I think we do share with like people, like especially like the younger ones when they come into the store. Same thing, when I tell them, oh, hey, don't need to go for like the most expensive stuff. Even if not from our store, we'll give you tips. Go to Uniqlo. For the guys, go to the female section. No, like legit. And after that, you see TikTok, yes, all these dudes also going, like. Here's a fun story. Last time, we haven't had stick up yet. There's like this couple, they came in. So the girlfriend was like, hey guys, like help my boyfriend like dress up and everything. And I said, hey, no, but seriously, just think like, look, anything your boyfriend confident about, just gravitate towards that lah. But if you want tips, let's start with the bottoms first. Like, bottoms really is like the cornerstone of every good outfit. Like your top, your shoes, dude, if it's like top tier, right? But your pants are not it. It's like your outfit is gone. Like, no, really, guys, like really, pants, serious. Don't let anyone tell you, it's the pants. Serious. You wear your army, the admin shirt, but your pants fucking killer, right? Bro, 10-10, bro. I swear, y'all can do this like how serious. No, serious, it's the pants, serious. Like anything like pants is like. So we told the guy, we said like, bro, like you today you don't shop at our store. Later you'll go to Uniqlo, you'll go to the female section. So you find stuff flowy because Uniqlo seasonal, right? So some pants sometimes have, sometimes don't have. But you go there, you find the one super wide, as long as it's flowy, bro, right? Just wear that one. They came back after they went to me, came back and said, boy, I got two, bro. And I was like, bro, it changed his life, man. Nice, yeah. But you just see the girlfriend like light up, so like, man, boom, like. But yeah. So I think proportions are like the best thing like to play around with. Really, don't let anyone think about it. Then other things, right? Like what rings, like honestly, that is have to have, doesn't matter. That is your own personal. Like, oh, if you're comfortable, you try. That doesn't matter. Doesn't make any special. So yeah, just try it. Don't let people tell you can't.
Yeah, I think like especially now with like TikTok and. The even younger generation, I feel like they don't have an awkward era. It's like you come out of your mouth, then you're gonna look damn fantastic.
Crazy.
But I feel like, wow.
I want to ask you a question along those lines. Because I feel like with social media, it's a lot easier to group aesthetics in different kinds. You've got like cottagecore,
Y2K,
like indie, whatever, right?
Yeah.
So at that point, it seems like people aren't really thinking about what clothes they're putting on. They kind of just going, okay, I like this aesthetic, I like what this influencer looks like. Then you put it on yourself, you look at yourself in the mirror and you go, wait, I don't have a body like that influencer. So it looks a bit shit. So like I guess what advice would you give for people that are kind of like very far down this TikTok aesthetics rabbit hole, or how they can kind of step out of that and look further?
Just try, really just try.
I think the first step is to actually just try. Like even if like you are like like copying or whatnot. Just do it. Like after a while, right? When you get like bored of like trends, right? But you realize what sticks. This trends can come and go, but like a lot of things like will stick. Like, oh, actually this trend I like the top, like the fit. This one I like the bottom. Then you see whether keep what you like, just keep what you like. Yeah, but on the point of like the young kids are scary. Like this year in March holidays. So these 2 ladies, I was at the cashier. It's like, oh, okay, hey, you guys having holidays right now? Then I was like, yeah, they said, yeah, we're having holidays. It's like, oh, tertiary education, right? Poly, JC. Then they're like, oh, no, we said 2 this year. Smart. Like, I'm sorry, what? Like, dude, if they told me they were 22, right, I'll believe it. I was like, no, like, shit, like, it's damn crazy. Like,
People do look a lot older these days.
you know, and it's like, damn scary. But like I said, like, kids now 13, 14, they really like have their own like sense of style, like they know what they want, you know? So, yeah, man. It's a good thing.
It can be a good or bad thing.
Yeah, it's can't wait to see like 10 years later what they're gonna wear, you know? 23, 24, man. So,
At this point, does anybody like want to ask FJ and
okay, ask anything, right?
Yeah, ask anything. You wanna ask about like, I don't know.
Yeah, like John was like, what to keep, like, nice.
Starting a business
Yeah,
or
starting a
like
business.
actually, can I maybe do it?
Hey, please,
Wait,
ask us.
wait, one more.
Oh, just now you said if you're not a small niche, like something that's stronger, right? Then what is opposite? If you're tall, if you're tall, then you can.
Serious, really, but like, don't worry, guys. Like, it's okay, man. Like, guys, girls, you're tall, short. Really, it doesn't matter, man. Everything can work out, man. Serious, yeah. Tall, good look, like, you really have that advantage. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you don't ask us.
Okay, sometimes it's more about like I'm assuming you're a startup, right? Because you're going to build this stuff from scratch. So what was the process of this, like, for example, deciding where you're going to source your pieces from? What was the game plan pretty much with like making your business become what it is today after so many years?
I think in the beginning, we really no business plan, like zero business plan. Serious. It's like, oh, we try, you know? Because we started the store when we were 26. Yeah, we are 30 on this one. Just Tick boom, man. I watched Tick boom. But then, but at the beginning, really, back then, after we graduated from college, right, it was like 1920, right, and we had like that pipe dream, you know, what I was raining in Tokyo, just like telling FJ, man, one day, man, let's start a store, man. 19, right, young, dumb, broke, you know, we can say anything we want. Now we're just dumb and broke, you know, just not young anymore. But obviously, I think life happened back then, right? So went to NS, she went to uni. I came off NS, I went to uni. Then both of us graduated. Then we went to work for a bit, right? Then 26, then we said, okay, let's try. Right?
What degrees did you go to? Like, out of curiosity.
Comms at UTV, then I did like design and also.
I always like to see like the related degrees after what people I into.
Right. I feel like at least for design, like we did design quality and comms it. Kind of like, you know, we can apply like what we learn, like, you know, but then again, going to uni or not is like another story. Right.
If
y'all feel like y'all want to drop out, right? Just do it. No, like, but that's another story for another day. Yeah, you know, but
It's the last time I heard it.
yeah, so so I think 26 we just had a very strong passion. But I think a lot of like nitty-gritty, right? Like when do we get a constant supply of stuff? How we get a source of all these? I feel like everything we learn along the way.
Yeah.
We pick it up. We make a lot of mistakes, right? But thankfully, I feel like we started young, right? Like as younger, like diving into the scene. So we met a few people, and then we met more people and more people overseas, like people in Japan, people in the States, right? And then that's where we really source our items from, right? And then when we first started the store, especially I think when it comes to like finding, especially retail, you want to do like brick and mortar, right? You want to find space, troublesome. Like in Singapore, rent everywhere is not cheap, right? You want a very like affordable place and a place where you know. Then you want a prime location, it's crazy, right? But I think a lot of times it's by chance, like. You need to get like lucky a little bit, but of course you need to put in the hard work, right? It's like they say what
luck is what hard work and opportunity eats, right, or something like that. I actually believe so, right? For example, our brick and mortar space. Now we're at Jalan Besar, both stores, right? Just 10 seconds. First location we found was Toa Payoh Central. Shout out to Toa Payoh, man. And it's like, dude, it's not, the place is so cool. It's really cool. I visualize all of it. So, Toa Payoh, right? Like, there's this like area where it's like, the entrance of this location, it's a HDB block, right? It's a three-floor HDB block. But then the entrance is from the back, it's like a car park. It's a spiral staircase. I don't know HDB. Toa Payoh, there was a spiral staircase at the back. So at this location was second floor, spiral staircase, and it's like a house, right? So the idea was to turn that place into someone's house. So it's like you're going into someone's closet to find old clothing, right? Idea. Boom, we signed the place, we said, okay, steady, boss, let's do it. And then the next day, the guy was like texting us, like saying, hey, sorry guys, can y'all can we
Cancel
the contract? Because our pass to my friend to use as an office. Can I come in? Then we're very young, and we don't know, and there's no compensation on thinking about whatever, right? So we thought, okay, we're young, never mind, we can continue finding. We found another one at Boon King. Wow, shout out to Boon King one time, man. Yeah, Boon King is like super like Asian population, right? It's all like the old folks, shout out to the old folks, man. Super cute. We found this space, you don't know those like pawn shop, like Maxi Cash, right? So I think it's Maxi. Yeah. So Maxi Cash, right, on the first floor. Then it's on the second floor, it's like everything on the second floor, always on the second floor. So Maxi Cash had a sales office on the second floor, but the entrance is not on the front side back. So always like go from down, so don't know why. But it's so cool, it's super cool because this was closer to what we envisioned. It's like stores in Japan, very nondescript, hole in the wall. It literally is a door, it's a solid white wall, and then there's just one door there. And then there's like a light on top of the door, super Japanese, right? Like really picturing this is gonna be the vibe. Second floor, huge space. We thought like this is it, man, right? Oh boom! But then we realized HDB a lot of red tape. Like you cannot do this, you cannot do that, blah blah blah. Then the agent said, oh, you all probably need about 4 months to do it. It does not like that. But he said it will take 4 months, right? To go clear everything. Then we're like, oh man, no. We have no time. Actually, we don't know we're rushing for what. But actually, okay, I'll tell you why we're rushing. Because all the stuff is at my house. It's in the living room. Me and my mom do, it's like, this is not in the store room, blah, 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 So yeah, almost on this phone, so we said, okay, fine, we can't use this place. We found another one. So dude, that night, I swear, desperation, right? I was on my bed, right? I was just like sideways, and I put on my laptop. I opened every single like real estate thingy, like whatever you can pay, property, Google, whatever.com, right? At least 60 over tabs. Open from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. I swear, like I just want it. I found two locations. I was like, this is it, man. I got this. So I used to stay at Paya Lebar, and I found one at Paya Lebar, and I found another one at Jalan Besar, right? So I went to Paya Lebar, wow, again, second floor, right? I was like, okay, see. This one, no, everything furnished. Aircon, internet. Nice. But then we realized that, hey, it's a second floor. It's like a shop house. If you don't know where, Paya Lebar, the Rocho Vintage, one of them, quite nice. It's near that one. Then it's like, okay, how do we put the signs out? Like, literally, your Instagram game is super strong. Like, people to come to this location. But I was like, okay, but everything's furnished, right? Not bad price, second floor. Never consider next time you to bring the goods up, everything, just think good price, let's do it. So I said, okay, let's go to Jalan Besar. Where Jalan Besar? First floor. It's on first floor. Yeah, alright. Then we went there, fun story, I went with my dad, right? So, because young, dumb, don't know what's going on, just want to get the space, right? I went to there, talked to the agent, and then suddenly my dad saw the agent, and the agent saw my dad. And then he's just like, Japanese and back and forth, then we realized like shit, they were classmates from poly, Charles Wesley also, they also rise. So they are I know, Charles Wesley. So but then so they were poly friends, but that's not the main point of the story. So the location that now Lugang is at, right, it used to be like a shipping company. So imagine like cubicles, carpeted floors, office space. Cannot imagine like how a shop is gonna be like. But I don't know, just something in us just felt like, first floor, let's make it work. Jalan Besar Market just opened 2018. So we were just like, let's gamble, let's just do it, man. We don't know what we're gonna do. Boom! So we got the space for everything, just happened like over the weekend. Signed, moved in, gave us like 1 month like time to like 整the base, reno, you know, and yeah, we were just working very limited money of our own, you know, no backup from the parents, you know, if you want to do this, it's your problem, you know, which is good, you know, then they cannot tell you what to do, you know, just do it, then you feel so you just handle it. But yeah, so we did that. And coming from like the design comms background, we thought like, yeah man, after we start, right, we're gonna have like a super cool Instagram game, you know, we're gonna market this, design cool ass posters, you know, market ourselves. Dude, no time, 0 time. 2%, like dude, we need to do the operations, we need to talk to the customers, which we love to talk to the customers. Dude, we realized like the first year, like we were there, right, like at Jalan Besar, our Instagram game zeros and we had an Instagram, but zero, everything was like word of mouth, like literally. Like word of mouth. Like we did like posts probably like once every like 3 months, like who does that? 3 months every 3 months. You know, back then still can like Instagram gives you like, you know, free like what do you call that, like eyeballs.
The algorithm.
The algorithm was like good to newbies, right? You come in, you post one story, however much followers you have, you double the exposure and all that. That was so good. But it was good back then. Like we really like climbed even without doing any like marketing. But we realized I think like what we were doing was right, especially when it comes to like engagement of customers, because like that's really who we are, right? And then, but when it comes to after year 1, right, we realized like we need to do something about that. It was kind of boring on Instagram, you know. And that was where I think we made a like, you know, constant like decision like to say like, okay, let's post like our items, you know, have like maybe some backstory, you know, let's share with people who may not be able to come out to the store, but we share with you like on our poster. And then we realized like the need for a team, right? So year 1.5 was just 2 of us. We were working almost every day. The only off day was on Wednesday, right? Just grinded. The year and a half in, we had our first member who joined us, right? Shout out to Sing Sing, one time, shout out to Sing Sing. I pointed the camera. She's not with us anymore, but I think she's in the human world. She's in the human world, just not with food carbs, you know? So she's healthy, happy, you know?
So she's alive.
Yeah, she's alive, just super alive. But yeah, she's still here with us, but she's not with us. Really. So anyways, yeah. So Sing Sing was FJ's ex-colleague from an advertising agency, right? So she was on board. She's also a designer, right? But dude, she's like insane, like bam, like boom. You tell her, then she's you know, she get wow.
Super descriptive.
Dude, I'm very confident in my design skills like that, right? But dude, she shits on me man, big time, like bam, like crazy. So, but anyways, yeah. So that was the role that Sing Sing took, right? Then that was our first like foray into like, okay, let's like take pictures of our stuff, you know, how we want to do this, how we want to do that. And then, we realized like, okay, if you want to do more, like with the stuff, like operation stuff, like you want to, what do you call that? Do like inventory, back end, you want to slowly like expand your store, you want to offer more services, you want to do more content, you need a bigger team, right? Then I think it was in in fact, after Sing Sing joined us in 2019, we actually put out a hiring ad for like other people, like people we don't know, right? Very nervous, first time meet people, how they view us, everything, right? Hey, not bad, the response was pretty good. I think we had like 200 plus like emails. Fucking crazy. We were there filtering in 3 hours. Yeah, so anyways, then we met some of them, right? Like 10 of them, I think. Slightly more. We met some of them, they came down, had a chat. Super brilliant, everyone was like great, right? Because I'm usually good at that. But that was not fun. But funny enough, right? We didn't pick anyone. The first round of hiring, we didn't pick anyone. Gut feeling. We just felt like nice lah, you know, nice. But probably like the vibe. Okay, vibe very important. Like sometimes you feel like you know, like you look at vintage, not real, then see. So yeah, which was funny, like 2019, we thought like, hey, this is where we're gonna form the team, but the right people are just not there, maybe we're not the right one for them also. Come 2020, wow, we're full of like we got like a lot of like dreams, we want to do this, like the stakeout thing, we wanted to open in 2020. Wow, we started 2020 was like, okay, we're gonna get a team, we're gonna have like stakeout and everything. And then we did the video, the video you mentioned, the 38-minute video, that was like, we're gonna change the game, that was what we thought. COVID happened. So COVID happened, man. So what COVID taught us, right? Yeah, COVID was bad. COVID was shit. Like COVID shit on us like bad. So everything we had in store was only in store, right? Because we valued like the in-store experience, the physical interaction. And we thought like shit, that's our main thing, right? Incomes is known for like, hey, this. But then now we are this, how are we gonna translate? Especially I think when it comes to sales also. Vintage, we want to be able them to feel the item tactile, right? Shit. Last time people say, hey bro, can you just mail to us? They're like people, bro, I pay now only. I don't want to come now, I want it, right? But we say, don't have, cannot. But that was what, can you shit, I can't be so stubborn, right? Can't die. So we did that, and we followed through, even now we still do online stuff as well. We produced a lot of content during COVID. That was, I think, one good outcome. We tried different stuff. You can go and find. FJ watched Terrace House, and then FJ went to run. You see her trying jogging and stuff like that.
It's the only time in the last few years.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
He actually did this JoJo Pose challenge. It was the first time we ever put something out, and it was fucking viral. It was
He thinks it was viral.
No, not all the time, no. We are not Mr. Beast, not Mr. Beast.
The one that you get dancing, the one that's like
the
it was like starting out so long, like just you and Victoria dancing.
Oh, I think the 20 minutes is it? Yeah, I think
There's someone that's like you stand there, then your outfit's changed.
Oh, yes.
That was the beginning of my set. That was where
That was like viral.
that was when Vic came along. So that time we only got three of us, me, tu, and Sing Sing, right?
Then we also old,
Then we know what's going on, right? So we just lean into our interests and then we film. I did this JoJo post. I love anime, I love manga. Y'all can go and see. I do the JoJo. I literally home clothes. You can't go anywhere at home clothes. I make the anime outfit. I do the pose and everything. I did a voiceover for Death Note. Y'all should check that out. I'm pretty proud of that one. That one's pretty damn good. Probably gonna do more next time. So I think that was COVID was where I think the changes happened. Right? Okay, we need to really do this. This is where you can, you were talking about interaction with customers and all that. What if you can take it online, right? You can do this. So after COVID happened, we thought, okay, let's go. Let's try to look out for our people, right? So we put out another hiring ad. Same thing. The response was, it was good, but it wasn't like the first time good. It was like COVID, everyone. But then that was where we have Victoria on board. She was one of them, and Elmas. And yeah, Elmas is a frontliner, so she's on the ground, right? If you want to send her over. But yeah, so Vic came along. Vic is young, so younger than us. She has a pulse on the things that are going on the ground, trends, fashion trends, and everything is popping. K-pop trends, I recently got hooked on Idol. Dude, because Vic showed me that crazy, dude. Yeah, but so yeah, I think it's good.
different
perspective, right, and different skill set also. So when it comes to building a team, right, be it whatever you like, right. You may be good at this certain thing, but you can't be good at everything, right? So you gotta leave the good things to the experts, Dude, same thing like Vic will shit on us with all the things that she can do, and so Vic does our social media coordination, what those are, and then we are all part of the planning process, the creative process as well, all of us. And yeah, it's been fun, especially I think when it came to Stakeout, when we opened in 2021, it shifted. Lucas was a bit rigid, because we feel like the term vintage very limiting. You can only talk about this history, story, background, very boring, yeah, it's very limiting. But when it came to Stakeout, we felt anything goes. We're all about the uplifting, positivity. You can do it too. I can do it too. It's all about good vibes. And yeah, that was what we did. Like if y'all see like our stick out, I even have to say ourselves, like sometimes man, we're so proud of ourselves. Even dude, who cares? Like people don't like it, right? Like we enjoy like filming it and dude, it's fucking crazy. Like yeah, so stuff like that. Like, team is very important if y'all really want to have different skill sets and yeah, just did I answer the question? I don't know, I feel like it's a lot of stuff.
There was no question actually.
Yeah, I just went on like boom. Yeah.
That's a good question. Yeah, actually, I came across your take on TikTok page the other day where you like ask people like what they're listening to at the current time.
Yeah. So no, that okay, yeah, guys. That I tell you, like sometimes right, a lot of times if in your mind, right, it's like some ideas like yeah, sure, people ask music all before. Like this thing is not new, right? A lot of ideas, right, old ideas you can like flip it around, work into your own context. This asking music thing, right, has been around since our poly days, like in 2010. Yeah, like people go up, like just walk up to them, what you listen to now, then just take out their iPod Classic, stuff like that. So, whole idea, like try to put into your own context. I feel like yeah, it's not new. It's just like a fresh take on it. So, yeah. Oh, and I also want to say one thing. Like, if you all next time after your graduate or whatnot, right? Like y'all don't need, like about finding your path and like working or like starting your own thing. I feel like not everyone needs to start a company. Like it doesn't matter. Like you can be a good number 4 in a company, like and without all like the stress and pressures of like the founders. I think do that. Like if you're very confident with a skill set like this, do that. Like sometimes I feel like I'd be a good like number 3 or number like 6 in a company. Like just
Okay.
Yeah, like no, like for real. Because like it's for real. Like I feel like a lot of like people they want to do their own business and everything, but like you feel like okay, this is something that I like to do, and then yeah, I'll start a business on it. But there's just so many other things around it that you may not actually enjoy doing. Like even until now, you know how to like pay your taxes. So but yeah. So, oops, no, but for real, so I think have like good people around you, and yeah, it's always a team effort. So really like shout out to the team, like really like Vic, Asri, Elma, Shira, and actually and stuff. It really is a team effort. You cannot do this alone. Right? You will die, like literally will die physically, and you really won't until with us. But yeah, man. But if you all really want to do your own thing, right, really it's just like a lot of hard work, patience, and hard work and patience. Yeah, really hard work and patience is really like the main thing.
There's no shortcut.
There's really no shortcuts, really. Unless of course like if you like again like filthy rich, right? Then great, that's like you already got like the backup, but like we don't lah. So like everything is just like we were like oh shit, like but just do it, man. I feel like live and die by your own sword. I think that's like the most satisfying thing that you can do. Like take charge of like your successes and your failures. It's your own to bear. Like it's not because my mom told me to do this or society tells me I need to do this. Like recently we did this new content. We went around like different campuses in Singapore. I'm not sure if you saw. We started going to polys first. We went back to our SP shows first. So first, but then we didn't check the academic calendar. We went there and got exam week. But we found people, right? But then they said, hey, what if we come back like next week? They said, I think everyone holidays already. I said, what? Just like okay. So we didn't. So all the other polys after they start school again, like in October 16 or something, we'll go back film. So we went to all the unis. We went NTU, we went NUS, we went SMU. Probably go to others, so SUTD, SIT, hopefully. And so how we do this like content is we ask them like 3 questions. Obviously, it's about the fit, right? Not so much about like you have to dress like super outlandish or anything. It's more like you're well put together. Like we took one NUS, this girl called Tara, she studies law. Wow, super cool. Outfit is like simple, but it went well with her pants, dude. And it's like sick because it goes well together, right? And then not only the fit, we asked her about fit. What's her best styling advice? That's like the common question we ask everybody, like who we interview. And then the third question is a live question. Every different venue that we go to, right? We ask a different question. The NUS episode one was what was it? Inspirations, right? And then Tara gave an anime character. I was like, right, Tara, best girl, man. Like, shit, she gave a character of IQ, shout out to IQ one time. But I think yeah, this is the kind of thing I think for us we want. It's not only about like we very much so love vintage, we love clothing, but what we love more, I think if you already like, look at our content, like the people, you know, and that's just what we want to do. So boom, yeah, and our more content will be like that as well. So.
Can we like end the session with asking you guys to say things that you would aren't asking people on these campuses? I think the first would be describe your outfit. The second would be
Oh, the second one is best styling advice.
okay, what is your best styling advice, and then your fashion inspiration. So who wants to go first?
Actually, go first. Go first. The look is what you're wearing right now.
So you record this for our internal talks. Okay.
Do you want to stand actually?
Yeah.
I get it.
Actually, do I have to stand? Just stand. It's all great. Yeah, maybe I'll stand as well.
It's awesome.
I think a photo of the
Video.
video.
I'll get a camera.
Yeah,
Okay. I could just take it like a normal video first and then edit it.
you can take a look.
Okay. I don't have like.
And what's the styling advice to me?
Yeah, so I'll ask a question first and then you.
Like what are we wearing today?
So, what are you guys wearing today? Tell us about the outfit.
Oh, actually, take it away, man.
I'm wearing a beautiful Harley Davidson button-up shirt. This is great because you can just open. And that's what I love about it. So I got this from Stakeout, our own store. And then I'm wearing a pair of white leg pants and my beautiful Nike waffle trainers. And that's about it. My pants are from Muji. Yes. Because I actually just came back from maternity leave.
She's a mom now.
I cannot wear anything that I used to have. So, yep. Right before I went back to work, I was back to work actually just yesterday. Right before that, I had to go and buy like 2 pair of pants. Now I have nothing to wear. I will yeah, so that's why I'm like that. So for me, why I said earlier, convenience was very important to me because like I still do a lot of things like breastfeeding and stupid stuff like that, right? So it must be very for me like I have to wear clothes that are convenient for me. So that's why I wear it. So yes, that's what I say. Okay.
Boom. Yeah, myself. Today, I'm wearing a leather fringe dress.
Oh, so you can spin it over.
Yeah, this is also from Stakeout. Like I said, I like to do it like proportions, right? So I like to make my torso look shorter, so it's super crop. A lot of things, like if I buy right, not crop, right, I will get it altered, get it cropped.
Right.
You know, so yeah, so that's one. Then the belt is just a shiny belt.
Where's the belt from?
This one's actually sister's pouch. I stole it.
Oh, you stole
Stole
it.
it, yeah.
Stole a pouch.
This chain, I got it during NS on Carousel. Shells doing Carousel. I think this is also from Papa. Shells Papa. Yeah, both also good points, basically. Then this pants is from like this clothing store. Like that, my friend always asks us to like, hey, bro, I want to duck shipping. Like, just choose something. And I was like, okay, sure. Sorry?
What's the correct style?
I don't know. I get back to you.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yes.
I want to know as well.
So yeah, so it's like super like flowy. And then my this one is like Crocs,
Oh,
platform
that's
Crocs.
platform.
But right, the thing right is right, yes, okay, that's fine, but that's not the main point. Yeah, actually that's the main point. But the main thing is right, I'll never wear it without like long pants, like not with shorts, because it looks like a pair of boots. Right? So you don't have to wear a pair of boots, you get a pair of Crocs. Comfy, gives you the height, looks fire. And then if you want to like, it's waterproof, 100%. And then if you don't want to wear white socks, you wear black socks, right? Then it's like a black suit. So yeah, you know, the rings are all from different places. I change from time to time, but once I found like the good, like the right ones, I didn't switch them out. But the main two are these ones. This the middle thing, just you know. But so this one is from Tokyo Disneyland. This is FJ's one.
Stolen or?
Stolen.
Oh.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, stolen. Oh, couple many years back. This is from Taobao. Shout out to Taobao. You really this one. Hey, I got people coming to the store. People wait by me. This I say Taobao. Hey, okay. I get take photos. Just Taobao again.
Oh, that's
Put the photo in and you search. Yeah. So if you want later, I send you. The flower. Yeah, this one my mom made. Yeah, shout out. Like she made like different colors. We wanted to actually like put in our store to sell, but then yeah, we didn't get around to do that. Yeah, we have other colors like blue, yellow. If you're interested, just see us. Yeah, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Boom.
Well, what's your style advice for us?
Let's just start a nice
For me, it's just like honestly, if you're comfortable, you're happy, then you don't need to listen to all the noise. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of times when you go out, you always think about how people look at you, but actually everybody's just thinking that and nobody's thinking about you. So
It's actually true.
yeah, you go out and like, oh my god, what's this guy thinking about me? But actually he's also thinking, what's the other people thinking about me? So nobody's thinking about you.
Alright.
Really. So just have fun. Just go out, be comfortable. You like it, then just wear
Yeah.
it. Honestly. Yeah.
Then for mine, it's again, proportions. So proportions is king. And other than that, it's like even if you wear one jacket or whatnot, and people say you so you know that kind of stuff. Hey, you don't wear them lah. It's okay, you do you No, I also never complain. You know, like yeah, just be yourself. Don't be affected by that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Cool. What was the third question?
The third question changes. So like we've asked like who's your biggest inspiration in life? What's the title of the current chapter of this of your life right now? Yeah, life questions. If you have any life questions, existential ones, you all can just ask us.
Anybody have a question that they want
Yeah, you don't mess around. Come. So.
Soundtrack of your life.
What soundtrack of my life?
Albums.
Or songs, whatever you feel like.
Damn. Wow, actually, like right, can I just say that songs I'm listening to like right now, like right this moment. Recently, I very.
Cookie, by New Jeans.
No. Oh my god, y'all don't New Jeans. Wow, 14 years old is like what the hell? Crazy, like. But that's not it. For me, I've been re-listening to a lot of like old J Show songs. Yeah, shout out to J Show one time. And the songwriter, Fang Shan is a that guy. Yeah.
What about you, actually?
I don't know. I mean, album.
Album or a song?
Or a song.
Just stuff that you're vibing with right now.
Oh my god, oh my god. I'm so sorry, but like they play the best music.
Just like go past that.
Or like White Kiss 92. They play really nice.
Hey, Kiss
They
92
play a lot of
ratchets,
nice 90s, early 2000s songs. So anything from those channels.
So you just go send a radio station.
Yeah, so yeah, it's okay.
Alright, sick.